Hello, Renma here, and today I am playing Ayakashi Akashi, Part 2. So if you missed the last episode, you can click the link wherever it may be. Let us continue. Before I knew it, it was first period. I observed the students' behavior, but most of them didn't seem concerned about anything. So if you remember, there were some nasty things that appeared, and apparently none of it was real. However, Kashima alone was giving off a restless air. Yeah, she was in it too. I think she was actually. She had Yuki in her lap, and then she called, or was gonna call the ambulance for us, or no, we were calling the ambulance for her. Cause she wasn't, or she was freaked out. First period Friday is English, right? I was checking the schedule and thinking out loud when the students went abuzz. Yoi-chan, today's Thursday, isn't it? So it's math, right? Wait, what? That's right, no English today, so Mina didn't bring her textbook. Thursday. I hastily turned on my cell phone, because we did math the last day, so so it's repeating then, right? That's what I thought. I don't know why, I just thought it's looping or something. According to the screen, today was indeed Thursday. Yoi-chan. While I struggled to grasp the situation, Rokudo indifferently called out. What, do you need something? Just wanted to ask you, Yoi-chan. I was dead here, wasn't I? What? Holy crap! This is frickin'. I don't know if this is the end, but like. Did Miyoshiba do the music too? Because I think. Have they written their own music? Like Vocaloid songs, I think. Holy crap. Rokudo's words made my throat tighten. Okay, this whole thing, that right there was just really awesome. That was the opening sequence. Perfect. Rokudo's words made my throat tighten. At the same time, I felt like the other students' expressions stiffened as well. You were dead? Do you mean hung? It's a good thing I'm not trying to be monetized. Yeah, that. Oh my god, what? What's the meaning of this? Oh, the music. Oh, that's freaking me out. I mean, it means exactly what I said. Oh! No way, so that wasn't a dream? Don't tell me you saw it too. Everybody had the same dream? I woke up in front of the flowers, so I thought I'd nod it off. Dokudo, weren't you saying it was probably just a dream too? I mean, obviously we wouldn't be having class otherwise, right? Besides, the students and teachers in the other classes didn't seem to know. But Yoi-chan, you seemed like you might. You found my actions this morning curious too, didn't you? Look, meeting your teach in the morning and him doing that all of a sudden is surprising stuff, right? Doing what? What did you do to Rokudo? Or enough of that for now. Who here had a dream about seeing Rokudo's hanged corpse? The students glanced at each other nervously and reluctantly raised their hands. Everyone. What's going on? Were all of us sleepy? This is an occult phenomenon indeed. First I want to hear from everyone one by one. I'll have you come out into the hall in seating order. Start with your seat number and name, and if you know of anything unusual or curious that's happened lately, tell me. What's the intent of that? There's no question that there's a strange phenomenon going on, and I see some of you are feeling quite anxious. So my goal was to both grasp the situation and provide counseling, I suppose. Make sure to come in order, starting from the front left seat. Understood. Oh, The noises are making me very uncomfortable. Tina I still can't pronounce her last name. Etupirka? Anything unusual? Let us see. There have been rumors amongst the girls as of late. Some say they hear strange voices. Strange voices? Like what? Well, it's not as if I heard them myself. Inquire with Iya, if you please. Tina was a wealthy daughter from the Etupirka financial conglomerate. In short, a very large group that held considerable power in this area. As for the girl herself, I guess I should say hard to get a hold on. While her thinking in itself was sound, her unbending nature made it common for her to clash with other people, which was a bit concerning. It is a very strange occurrence for this class alone to all have the same dream. Hopefully it is a dream. Alright, you can go. So does that mean, like, the entire episode that I played before was a dream then? Like, with the children and everything, was that all? Just a dream since we're reliving the same day. Well, not even really reliving it, it's the same day, but different things are happening. Seat number 2, Yuki Utashiro. I'm sleepy. In her profile, I think it said that she's always sleepy. That's nothing new. You were the first witness, Yuki. I'm part of the campus cleanup committee, so I woke up early to water the flowers in the classroom. And then I fainted as soon as I saw it. Yuki always seemed to be sleepy and half awake during class at best. However, she did good work for the cleanup committee every morning, so I didn't think she lacked diligence. Even if she nodded off in class. Not every day you see a corpse. It'll be alright. It's alright. Get some rest. Okay. I'm sure it was just a dream. Yeah, though I don't feel like I slept at all. We are technically in class, so we don't sleep now. Ah. She was all set to conk out, huh? Who's next? Seat number 7, Iya Shishibe. Heya. Tina told me you've heard strange voices. Strange voices? Oh yeah, I did. Kind of like moaning. She's so excited about this. Moaning. Grrr. Sort of like that. I'd call that growling myself. Yeah, that's the ticket. Oh, she's a fun one, isn't she? You looked and acted flashy, but didn't behave badly or anything. I'd call her a light-hearted student. But occasionally she'd be too light-hearted and have that taken advantage of. Aw. Poor girl. Well, I don't know if that has anything to do with this, though. Right now I want to hear whatever anyone has to say. Alright, you're done. Righty-tooty. They have such yeah! Ah, here she is. Kashima Akabono, seat number 1. No need to strain your voice so much. I am the class president, so it's only expected of my title. So, something unusual? I can't really say I know anything. Wouldn't even count Okudo dying, honestly. Really? Not even a person's death. Look, you just plain expect him to get murdered, right? Even if it was a mass dream. Ow. Well, I do expect he to earn grudges. There have been countless times I might have gone through with my murderous intents, if not for the laws of this land. I'd prefer if he were a simple skirt flipper, honestly. You're fine with skirt flipping? Why not? It's just fabric. Ugh. Kashima was overly serious, or maybe more accurately, she played by her own bizarre rules. Sometimes she'd make some dangerous-sounding proclamations, too. And there had indeed been times she nearly went fist-flying. She had a tendency to let her feelings overcome her a bit too often. I feel like that's important for this. I feel like it's important. I don't know. Despite how she spoke, her eyes were wavering quite a bit, likely due to her over-diligent personality. With everyone thinking it was a strange dream, she might have been the one most disturbed by this incident. Well, okay, don't overdo it, you can go now. Excuse me. Ha ha ha, the God within me is speaking. Almighty. They say things have been much too peaceful thus far. In other words, you yourself have nothing to note besides the incident. Jumping jalopy jackpot. She is such a strange one. What the heck does that mean? Exactly. Why? Just what it sounds like. Why is she making a face like it's only natural I understand it? Well, I believe it to be a bad dream, but... Cessna, she surely loved the occult. She'd sometimes bring up spiritual matters, often making me unsure how to react. The phrases she used tended to get oddly stuck in my memories. In fact, I almost said them myself sometimes. I bet she's enjoyable to teach. Seat number 6, Naki Kokuriko. Let's see, I don't think I know anything. I haven't come to school in a while. Right, you can only occasionally come to school due to your performing work. Yeah, no helping that. Well, I mean, I think it was a dream. It's just all kinds of strange. Naki was active in the entertainment world from a young age and seemed fairly popular, so he could only sometimes come to school. Even so, he was an excellent student who got above-average test scores. His lack of attendance made it hard to show that on a report card, though. He apparently used a stage name, but I'd never seen Naki on TV, even though according to him he appeared pretty regularly. So right when you arrived, disaster struck. So I'm wondering, is this all just backstory for the character so you can get to know them? So that when they inevitably die, it'll just mean more to you. I'm wondering if he dresses up or something, he would make a pretty girl, I'm gonna be honest. Don't put it like that, Mr. Yoinada. I'm a student of class 212. Right, sorry. You can go back now. Don't push yourself too much, Mr. Yoinada. He seems like a good child. Very good child. Oh gosh, this is gonna be fun. Dokuro Yamakagashi, seat number 12. Well, I wouldn't say there's been anything too bizarre. Just getting my body tore up and hung and killed, but that's all. You're the one I want to hear from most. But seriously, this is all I've got. Basically, I'm the one who wants to know what happened to me. Dokuro was the most difficult person to deal with in the class and the hardest to tell what he was thinking. So I'm wondering, self-conceited and not very cooperative, he was a load of trouble if only he were a little more mature. If even you don't know, I guess there's nothing I can do. That's right. You can go for now. I'll ask later if something strikes me. You want to talk to me that badly, Yoi-chan? Not right now, no. Feel free to leave. Rude. Seat number 10, Zero Manzanka. Nothing's really been amiss. I grew a little taller. You're still growing? How tall are you? 191 centimeters. I don't know centimeters. Huh, that's outrageous. I don't know centimeters. Let me go. Jeez, so he's 6'3"? And he's Japanese, right? Holy crap. I wonder if this is a dream too. It isn't right now, I'm sure. Figures. Zero had a large frame, making him the most conspicuous in the class. Yeah, I didn't think he belonged there, I was confused. Often he would react candidly or be spacing out. Something that had me curious, I felt people picked fights with him often, even students from other schools. Part of the problem was that he didn't generally turn people down. Considering how often I saw him with Rokudo, I couldn't take my eyes off of him for a number of reasons. Alright, you can go now. Right. Poor boy. Ouch. You sure are clumsy. Yes. Zero was the last one. I'll head back to the classroom. As I thought, the students all seemed to believe this event was a dream. The death of a classmate, the reversal of time. True, they both sound like dreams. So what all have you ascertained from us? We just had the same mass dream after all, something like that, right? Are those a true thing, though, mass dreams? It's I've heard of, mass hallucinations, but I'm not sure. No, I'm certain this is the work of an Ayakashi. Ayakashi? He believes in those, huh? How occult. Hold on now, you can't just throw out that word casually and expect us to understand. For now, just listen to me. So has he had, situation or experiences with them before or something? Let me ask you all. What do you think happens to people when they die? Who would know without dying first? You go to the good place. Heaven, right? There exists the world of gods, the world of spirits, the world of the dead, the physical world, and hell. We exist in the physical world, and when... Okay. Says no, you can stop there. I'm guessing it'd be a long one. I didn't even click anything, it spooked me. There are many theories about the afterlife, but people generally believe that the soul leaves the body, and that the soul goes to some other world. To put it simply, that world and this world can be thought of as opposing shores. You guys must be pretty serious to be thinking about the afterlife while you're still living. Death is a once-in-a-lifetime event after all. Longing to know things that are hard to know might just be human nature. However, there are exceptional cases where souls can't reach the other shore. So it's not as if you go there immediately once you die. Souls with strong feelings toward this world will stubbornly refuse to cross over. Like Jibakude, the earthbound spirits. If only the soul wanders the world of the living, then that's what it is, yes. But on rare occasion, it may cling to its body, becoming a living corpse. Sounds like what you'd call a zombie. You're not necessarily wrong. Simply put, since their body is dead, it won't mature anymore. To break it down into even simpler terms, they're ghosts that anyone can see. But if the process is quick enough, couldn't it be treated like a miraculous revival? Wouldn't it be possible for them to just return to living as normal then? To jump ahead a bit, yes it would. And more troublesome yet, souls that dwell here too long begin to grow mad and lose control of their self. Ooh. So I'm wondering, like I said, are those children Ayakashi? Like, they're just mysterious and out of place, and I'm wondering if that's what he's talking about, or I don't know. At the root of their desire to remain in this world lies an attachment to life. When a soul loses control, that attachment grows stronger, and it attacks the living. So it becomes even more out of control. Right. That's why people like us send them to the other side. Like us? Wait, people like us? Huh? We call the deceased who seek to share the blessings of the living Ayakashi, and we are their senders, so we call ourselves. I have heard the term. Something about a lineage of diviners forming a succession. I haven't, but you're not a teacher, teach. Well, I wasn't always set to be a successor, but then my older sister That's what the dream was he had then. That was his sister? I inherited the duty from her after quitting my old job and becoming the teacher I am now. So you're saying this affair wasn't a dream, but an Ayakashi's doing? That's what I think. Yes, holy crap. Doesn't feel very realistic. It's too outrageous to keep up with. Sure, but if you look around, unrealistic things are happening. It's more believable to me than it was a nightmare we all had together. So, Yoi-chan, whose fault are you saying it is? That I don't know yet. Judging from the fact that the effects have only been on this class. All I can say now is there's a possibility they're here in our class. If this were a manga, it'd be like you'd notice something had a special aura, you'd use some sixth sense. But you can't tell, Mr. Yoinada. As I said, I wasn't originally meant to be a successor. Maybe my sister could have done that, but I can't. I wonder, what'll happen tomorrow? Will tomorrow even come? Well, yeah, it probably will, unless something happens again. Probably I'm gonna die again, right? Jeez. Then we just need to protect Dokudo. It's currently unclear what circumstances led to Dokudo being attacked, though. Is there any way I could assist Mr. Yoinada? I'll help out too. And Mino. Everybody's joining in. Alright, how about you gather up books on yokai? Yokai? Actually, those are referred to Ayakashi too. Was there a meaning to that? The beings we call Ayakashi have existed for a long time. We use Ayakashi in a specific way now, but the word far predates that. Yeah, I was wondering about that, because I understood Ayakashi was supposed to be a separate thing from yokai, I believe, right? I'm thinking we'll look for creatures whose natures match our current phenomenon, then go from there. I would have thought you'd be knowledgeable since that's your line of work. My previous job was totally unrelated to this as well. I never believed that much of anything related to the occult, so I lack that knowledge. Would Susanna know a lot? I do know more than the average person. And so she comes in handy. I knew she was going to be useful. But it's not all stored in my head like I'm a walking dictionary, I'm afraid. However, I may be of service in finding the proper literature. Let's go to the library then. Are you sure? Aren't we having class? The principal's pretty lax. We'll manage. Oh, they're lucky. You're so graceless, Joy-chan. Kashima still doesn't seem to have digested the situation. This is quite interesting. I have no idea how long this is. Climbing up some awfully creaky steps, we arrived at the school library. It was a snug little room, but filled with a large variety of books. There were history books, dictionaries, even somewhat dated manga and novels. Are there books on Ayakashi? Allow me to answer, the library assistant. There are also books in that small storeroom over there, you see, and I believe we'll have better luck. Oh, it's been locked. Uh-oh. Going back to the first floor to borrow the key from the staff room would be troublesome. Mino can open it. Oh, jeez. What? Won't open. If you need physical labor, it's my time to shine. No, hold on, we can't force it open. If we break the door, we'll be in trouble for sure. Then, how about lockpicking? Such a thrilling notion. I cannot perform it myself, however. I bet Okudo could, right? Hey now, what kind of life leads somebody to learn lockpicking? No, I can't do it. My brother knows lockpicking. I can do it, I think. Oh, jeez. Well, that's interesting. Really, that's a surprising skill. Surprising is an understatement. I couldn't have imagined it for a millisecond. I was on a show once where the director was looking for realism. Had me practice over and over until I could just do it. It was a while ago, though, so I can't be certain. Lockpicking, that needs a wire. Mina has one in her treasure collection. Oh gosh. Whoa, amazing. Is that an extra-dimensional pocket? Treasure. You sure it's not garbage? You probably shouldn't say that within earshot of me now. Well then, hold on. History or not, picking the lock get us in trouble. It's fine in my book. Oh, I like him. That's good. Well then I'll give it a shot. With that knock, he turned the storeroom door and began to work. Just as I found myself thinking, what middle schooler can pick a lock, there was a small echoing click. And with a twist of the knob, the door opened with a slightly unpleasant creaking sound. A few of the students watching raised their voices in admiration. Whoa, it really opened. Is there even a point in security measures? In this case, I believe Sir Naki's skills should be applauded. I don't think it's a very commendable skill. Well then, now we can scrape together some books. Please give me a moment. So, how should we look this up? For now, make our judgments based on Rokudo's cause of death and predicament. You might not want to remember it, but if you could give a little more detail. I went home without making any stops like usual and sat at home like usual too. At least I'm pretty sure I did. And then suddenly someone's standing in front of me. Next thing I know, I'm in the 2-1 classroom, and even then I'd changed clothes at home. I was wearing my uniform. Before I could grasp the situation, someone gouged me hard enough to make entrails fly. Yeah, basically instant death. You're really something, kid. Mr. Yorinada, I gotta use the bathroom. Oh, poor dude. Go ahead. Okay. Haruto shot off like a rocket before I could even finish speaking. Well, sure, to call that an extreme description is an understatement. How are you even able to recall what happened so clearly? Well, it was a mystery to me too, what happens to people when they die. But then I experienced it, first my soul with my body. I was looking at me. A near-death experience, or something like that, I suppose. It's not near-death if he actually passed away, though. Glad that was a dream, but all the stuff I sensed wasn't very dreamy. It didn't hurt. Maybe since they were so hard, all my senses died before I could even understand the pain. My ears were ringing the whole time. I couldn't understand anything except that, oh, I'm dying. Do you not recall who did you in? I remember, but I can't say it here. Why so unwilling? There's a sequence to things, Yoi-chan. Now's not the time. Huh. It's amazing you can remember that much. I'm like, what was I just dreaming about all the time myself? So anyway, that Ayakashi, its attempt to kill me failed, obviously. Because they messed up with omniscient, omnipotent, and sage Rokudo-chan. With an exaggerated scale. That's the part where you're supposed to laugh, Yuki-chan. We're talking about something about serious things here. If we keep talking serious stuff, won't everybody end up like Haito-chan? So then, in what way will this guide us to our Ayakashi? To surmise, from what we just heard, we have capable of kidnapping people and capable of tearing up bodies. So we need only search for an Ayakashi that possesses these two qualities. No, I want you to be thinking of them separately. Very rarely there are Ayakashi that have incredible power, but in practice, overly powerful abilities tend to destroy their fragile bodies. A freshly dead amateur Ayakashi would have blown into smithereens. Calling an Ayakashi an amateur is strange in a lot of ways. The smart ones are apparently able to conceal themselves in our world without anyone noticing their unmaturing bodies. However, most are noticed by the people around them and they come and talk to us. So it's possible not much time has passed since they died. Actually, why would dying and being revived give them mysterious powers anyway? I hear that the heightened power of the soul caused by their attachment to life does something or another. That isn't exactly a point that you should be so vague on, is it? But if that's the case, that means there are two. At least, so it is. That's what I was thinking, those kids. It's also rare for Ayakashi to cooperate, but it's not unheard of. But there be others, I wonder. Personally, I'm most curious about the reversal of time. But at the current stage, who knows if it was actually reversed or what, since there's a possibility it was a prophetic dream or the like. Oh, I forgot about her. I cannot believe that was a dream. Kashima pounded a desk and shouted to interrupt everything we were saying. I forgot about her. She's been freaking out this whole time. What are you shouting for all of a sudden? I find it much harder to accept that what I felt then was just fiction. My happiness at being invited out after school the day before, and how I looked after Yuki when she collapsed. The weight of Yuki's head on my legs, and my thought of, why did Rokudo have to die? The way you always treat me, you sure you didn't think serves him right? Of course not. Sure, Rokudo's not a good person, but he's not a bad person either. Ooh. I heard a loud voice over there. What? Oh, she was somewhere else. What's wrong, Kashima-chan? Did Rokudo finally make you cry? Rokudo, you know good. No, it wasn't me, okay? Kashima, you've been quietly enduring this the whole time. You did seem to have taken this incident the hardest out of everyone. I see. When you asked about it this morning, I'd said, probably just a dream, and laughed it off. I'm sorry. Besides, just Rokudo. I can't imagine there are any bad people in this class. Looking at everyone here as the class president, I can't think of anything else. You're right, it's unbelievable that there'd be a villain among us. So, it's totally fine to have ideals, but in the end you're just hoping, right? Now hold on, you don't have to phrase it like that. Then would you be okay with it if you died tomorrow, Iya-chan? You saw how I kicked it. Ooh, this just got... Uh-oh. I didn't die because I wanted to die. Somebody did the deed. Feel free to go into a little more detail until nobody can help but believe there's a killer among us. Dokudo, give it a break. Oh god. He snapped! Oh, Dokudo. Oh, jeez. His body went numb from Zero's shout, the likes of which I'd never heard before. Uh-oh. Zero approached Dokudo, then lifted him up a little roughly with one hand. I'll borrow this. And I'll apologize in your place, Kashima, Iya. Sorry. Why are you apologizing, Zero? Yeah, it's Dokudo who's saying all the mean junk. He just doesn't know how to use his words very well. Forgive him. You realize you're still agreeing with me that it's wishful thinking, right? You're some idiot yourself, Zero. Aww. Kashima-chan, Iya-chan, you shouldn't put much hope in other people. I think you'll live more comfortably that way. Ow. Well, this was unexpected. Still holding him with one hand, Zero firmly hit Rokudo on the back with the other. And just like that, they vanished among the bookshelves. Wow, I've never heard Zero shout like that. Kashima-chan, you okay? Yeah, sorry, thanks. I must admit, Rokudo's excuse had a bit of logic to it. For when humans interact with others, they hide that which is inconvenient to them. More importantly, we must quickly find our bearings regarding the Ayakashi. For our time is limited, isn't it, Mr. Uenada? But teacher, is it okay to leave those two alone? Zero had a real stern look. It was kind of scary. Indeed, I am curious about those two, considering how Zero was acting. However, how Kashima and Iya feel after all of that is also a concern. Like Tina says, if someone's going to die again tomorrow, we need to be quick in searching these materials. Oh, darn it! No. Shoot, I don't like decisions. Okay, so, I don't know if it'd probably be best to go ahead and research the Ayakashi. I'm probably making a bad choice here. Like, these all seem like very important decisions. Maya, you aren't concerned about the other students' needs? I bet they're more on top of things than I think. Let's hope so! I saved a while ago, so I don't know if I should... more importantly, something needs to be done about this. Time's not gonna wait for us. Such a candid sort, Mr. Uenada. You're pretty cool-headed yourself. Father has raised me such that such trifles will not shake me. What's your father like, anyhow? Oh my, you seem to have no interest in the other students, so I believed you had no interest in myself either. I didn't say anything like that. Only joking. Come now, they're carrying over one book after another. Let us research. Oh god, I hope this was the right choice. I don't know if there are any right choices. How about this? The Albozu. I've heard of that, haven't I? There's also the Yamanba. Or how about the Tsuchigumo? Tengu. There's quite a few that could fit when it comes to abducting people. As for attacking people, Kamaitachi. Oh, I like those. Those are interesting little things. Oh, but they would heal the wound. Wolfmen, do those count as shokai? There's also Nekomata, I guess. Ooh, yeah. Well, anything to narrow it down helps. Finding a link to the events of their life would make it easier to get to the specifics. Events of their life. Because Ayakashi have an abnormal amount of attachment to this world, you can expect their life provided a reason for that. For kids around your age, the most common thing would be familial circumstances. So in other words, wouldn't that be the kind of matter they wouldn't dare talk about? Let me append a bit about Ayakashi. To send an Ayakashi to the next world, they have to be made aware of their death. And the Ayakashi extremely dislike being aware of how they died. Only makes sense, I suppose. I wouldn't say Ayakashi don't feel guilt, but their attachment to life beats out all other emotions. An Ayakashi confessing of their own accord will more or less never happen. And more troublesome is that sometimes, even they're not aware they're an Ayakashi. Meaning, you have to expose them by force. In a case like this, where no one notices what they are, that you do. Gosh, even when you're alive, though, there's all kinds of stuff you wouldn't want others knowing about. Yet it's utter absurdity to say that we should hand over our lives for such a reason. Just because time was reversed once does not mean it will happen again tomorrow. In which case, someone's really gonna die. Oh gosh, that poor kid. This is getting really scary all of a sudden. Still, there's no guarantee someone will die tomorrow either. We have to do whatever possible to avoid the worst case scenario. Oh shoot, I skipped it. I'd like to go out and check some different materials personally. Can Mina go too? No, I'm afraid I can't think of a good excuse to take my students outside. But you can't just leave us either, right? We can manage something if another teacher asks or whatever. We just need to give some excuse. I'd appreciate if you could, but we just gotta make a scarecrow that looks like Mr. Yoinada. Oh, that might be good, though we'll be found out if anyone looks too close. With a mop from the broom closet, I believe we could make something convincing. These kids. True, if we dip it in a little ink, maybe they should notice it's a mop at a glance. Do I resemble a mop that closely? Well, then I'll hurry out. You get back to the classroom. Understood. I'll keep a close eye on everyone. If the principal was walking around on the 3rd floor earlier, it'll be trouble if he sees you and asks what's up. You're right. Maybe you should go during the break after this period. That does make sense. Getting caught could be really costly. There's only about 10 minutes left. Guess I'll wait. Okay. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna talk with them again. Okay. So I've been playing for like almost an hour, so I think I'll stop for now. I'll pick up from this next time. I have no idea how much longer this game is. It's much longer than I thought it was going to be. So I'm not sure if I'll play it next video, because I found this game, because I've seen it everywhere. What is it? Your Turn to Die. I really wanted to play it, and I got it. So I might play that next video. I thought I was going to do this in like 2 videos and be done with it, but I guess not. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, and bye-bye.